Somebody called Sergeant Moose posted a video. Tell me when we're live.
I think we are.
Oh, okay. Let's have a look. We are live. Okay.
Xander, of course you would be first.
Welcome, Xander. Oh, curious what card have we got today? Oh, very nice.
It's just threw it together in 2 seconds.
Yeah, but they're always pretty.
Oh, thanks, man.
You are welcome. Right, let's get doing the whoring. Like the filthy, filthy one I am. And then you can scare us all with some jumpy jumps. Hunting Grounds Twitter shared a picture of a boar a couple of hours ago, just smiling into the camera, going, "What should we name him?"
What happened again?
The Hunting Ground socials shared a picture of a boar, saying, "What
So
should we name him?" Spell that. Well, I spelled Sevastopol right there. I never spell it right.
welcome to our first viewers. No Style Dutch. Happy Sunday, Xander. I'm pretty good. I'm still kind of waking up. I had to do a late airport run last night, so slept in a bit. Marvelous TV. Hello, Calum. Welcome. Yes, we will indeed be alien isolating again because we got some big news at the start of this week.
God, was it only this week?
Well, it was Monday. If you're going to be a stickler and say Sunday is the start
No,
of a new
no.
week, but
No, it's Monday to Sunday. I just thought we'd had about 2 weeks by now.
no, they
Good
announced it on
lord.
the 7th, was it? Yeah, 7th.
Wow, okay.
Marvelous TV,
That,
welcome. Rob Harvey, hey. Predminator, welcome.
okay, that's shared.
I've
Oh, nice new
actually.
picture yesterday, by the way, or today, whenever it was.
Oh, you mean on the banner? Oh,
Yes.
thank you. Yeah, I took a bunch of those in the months leading up to the anniversary, and I've just been trying to be consistent about swapping them out, keeping it interesting.
Yeah, you seem to have been doing it like once a week or something, and it's been nice.
It's like one's up every 3 days or so, I think. So it's a little more
Fair
frequent
enough.
than once a week.
Remember, my concept of time shit these days.
Xander, I have
So,
never tried Baja Blast, actually. Is it good? Seems like it'd
the
have a lot
fuck's
of
a
sugar.
Baja Blast?
Yeah, you probably don't have stuff that wacky in the UK, do you? It's like it started at Taco Bell, and it's a version of Mountain Dew. It's like kind of teal colored.
Ugh, I grew out of Mountain Dew about 10 years ago. I used to fucking love that stuff, and then at one point I was just like, this is actually disgusting. I suddenly don't like it anymore. which makes me sad.
Predminator asked, do you guys think the Alien Isolation Remaster and VR Remaster will be announced soon? Also, if it comes to VR, that's a good advertisement for Alien Rogue Incursion coming to VR. Well, it might be a cannibalization as well as an advertisement, but I actually did check up on that leaker who called that Isolation 2 would be announced on the anniversary, and he did comment on Reddit saying the VR and remastered version are still coming. They probably just pushed back the announcement for that a bit, which makes sense. It was already a very full day of Isolation stuff, so I still think we'll see those. I think it'll get a re-release before the second game drops.
I feel relatively confident about it, especially now that we've had the sequel announcement. But then again, the same leaker claimed it had been in development like 3 years. But things like them only just hiring and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Sean Moody, welcome to the stream. Really dug your spaceship art recently.
Yeah, same. I have finished sharing around, my friend. Feel free to start playing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in menu. So if you're good, let me just stream to Discord so you can
watch live
and not be delayed. Caleb, now that we're living in a Caleb says, now that we're living in a post-pandemic world, Alien Isolation 2 will just be the alien self-isolating for 3 weeks after coming down with a nasty case of black goo.
What are you on about? It'll refuse to stay inside and not want its liberties impinged upon. No. That's if we're setting in an American colony, that is.
Oh, is that right? I'm sure you guys had none of that over there, right?
None quite as obnoxious as I saw from your side of the pond.
I will admit, we do lead you guys in being obnoxious sometimes.
I got so much stuff done during that first 4 months or whatever it was.
Rob Harvey says, started my replay of Isolation last week. Casper, hello to you. Sizzy Bubbles, welcome to the stream. But yes, today we are playing Alien Isolation. Again, only
This was pretty much the month's worth of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah,
planned, really.
I know there's new content for Predator Hunting Grounds, and I do want to get to that, but it's just this game feels very significant right now for us as fans. So,
do you have VR stuff, don't you?
I have a Gen 1 Oculus Rift. And that came out in, when did that come out? Like 2016? So mine still works, and it's still great.
I'm thinking more about next week. Do you want to stream Isolation VR next week, Mother Mod?
Oh boy.
With the cam on.
Oh boy. I'll see about that. Maybe.
I was going to message Chris actually because I cannot for the life of me remember how to set mine up either.
See, you two should stream it. You have him
come
over and help you out.
My office is significantly smaller than yours.
That's why it would be funny though, because you'd be knocking everything down and we'd play the Benny Hill music.
I wouldn't do it like that, but I think before the month's out, one of us should stream it in VR.
Okay. But yes, I don't know what to play, man. I recently replayed the game again in normal for our retrospective podcast, which we just recorded. Maybe I'll start a hard playthrough. Well, you know what?
Why don't you do Nightmare?
I have almost all the achievements of this game. I have 45 of 50. I want more achievements. So what do I got to do? Let's see. I need to collect all the ID tags. No, maybe you can be my ID tag navigator.
I will attempt to. Hang on, let me get my second monitor turned on.
Okay, so I have one hidden achievement. Not sure what that is. And then I have 4 just out of reach. Contact your team and escape comms without being attacked by an android. Mercy or Prudence. Complete the game without killing any humans. I haven't done that in this.
Well, that's the one I've done.
Archivist. Collect 10 Nostromo logs in the main campaign. Haven't done that. And then collect all ID tags. I've already done the beat the game without dying one, I think. Unless
I haven't done that one.
Unless that's the hidden one. Let's see. What is that one called? Beat the game without dying.
Installation achievements. Fucking hell, true achievements. I've not been on this website for 3 years.
Or maybe that's the hidden one. Maybe I haven't done that one.
Oh, secret. Oh no, there's a couple of secret ones. Is there a couple of secret ones? Yeah, there's a couple of secret ones. One shot is complete the game without dying.
Is that a secret one?
Yeah, no. The secret ones are... Cause the alien to retreat using a Molotov. You should have done that.
Yeah, I must.
Cause the alien to retreat by using a flamethrower. You should have done that. Knock down a human or stun an android with a non-lethal attack. That's called stunned. You must have done that. Mind your step. Navigate reactor maintenance without dying. So you must have done that if you've done one shot. 100 times too many. Get killed by the alien 100 times.
Maybe that's it. Maybe I haven't on PC. Let's see. I'm looking at my achievements now. Oh no, I have. I have been killed by the alien 100 times. I'm not seeing one shot.
You must... Maybe you haven't done that one then.
But are we sure that one's not a hidden one?
No. No, it doesn't say it's hidden on this. Have you done the reactor? Well, yeah. Did you say you'd done... Oh no, you didn't say you'd done the game without dying.
I don't know.
Can you see one shot?
I'm not going to keep boring people, so why don't you look at my Steam achievements, Aaron?
Okay, you start warming up then. Start playing some Survivor.
Let's do a warm-up. We'll do some Survivor. The basement, I've been trying to get to your time, actually.
You can't let me have anything.
No, I cannot. So, let's see here. Switch to friend ranking. So I'm at 1 minute and 5 seconds, and you are at 1 minute and 3 seconds. So we're gonna see if we can beat that. That's what we're gonna do.
You should do the you should do comms and try and do that achievement.
Let me turn the game up so you guys can hear it.
I can't see you've done one shot, buddy.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It doesn't say it's a hidden one there.
But I hope you all are ready, because over the last 2 days we just recorded 2 3-hour 5-person podcasts on Alien Isolation.
And they were good.
They were good. Both went well, I thought. It was really cool to talk to some of the developers on this game. I hope I didn't bitch out Ryan McCaffrey too much. Maybe you should trim that, Aaron.
That section will be trimmed a little bit more.
Did I didn't say go harass the guy or anything.
No. I just think it was one of those things they couldn't really talk about, so it was a little...
Yeah. I mean, don't trim it too much. That theme park story was good.
No, I know what's being trimmed in there, don't worry.
Oh man, I forgot. I forgot I'm trying to beat your time. I already messed it up. See, I'm waking up, guys. I'm sorry. I slept in today.
What's your excuse every other day?
You would say that, wouldn't you?
I would. I would.
Herod's leadership style is bringing people down.
It's not bringing you down. It's reminding you of your flaws.
Isn't that
Not
the
a fun.
same thing?
No, it's reminding you of your flaws so you can, work to deal with them. Not fucking leadership anymore.
Okay, so I am sprinting, hoping I don't die.
Oh, you've already lost one of my modifiers.
Down.
Somebody was asking earlier, but it got scrolled by, if we'd heard of the Alien 3 Legacy cut.
I have actually, because Alien
Yes.
3 has not been released in 4K officially. So it looks really good. Some of the coloration changes they've done look quite good.
And they've also gone through removing the matte lines from the rod puppet. The guy's on our board, he's got a thread on there. I'm very much looking forward to seeing that. Sizzy says you're in a constant state of waking up. Busted Viper, hey guys, how everybody doing today? I'm doing good.
So 117, that wasn't that great.
What's my time?
103, I think. Look at it.
I honestly have no idea how I did it. Because I'm not very good at anything.
Rob Harvey, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Indeed, thanks for sticking your head in. Busted Viper says, think we might get a Romulus map on Isolation 2.
Yeah, it would be interesting with how popular that game's done. Wasn't there, in one of the
That
last
movie.
press announcements for Rogue Incursion, didn't they say they were adding a weapon for Isolation for it? I assume it has to be the pulse rifle.
No, Romulus, you mean?
Well, in the game Rogue Incursion, they're adding a Romulus weapon.
Yes, you said Isolation.
Oh, oops.
Waking up, you need
Yeah,
that
I'll drink
jumbo
more caffeine.
juice or whatever it is.
G Fuel. G Fuel. Sponsor us, please, G Fuel.
I drink the Lucasade over here.
Lucasade. That is definitely a British thing I've never heard of.
Xander says, oh my god, that alien scream still makes me shudder. Caustic Viper says, do we know where exactly Rogue Incursion takes place? We do. It is... Let me bring it up. So I don't remember it offhand. I actually need to finish this news article about that interview. It takes place on LV354, which is the name Perdan. Oh god, that fucking website's trash. Where that interview was, Game Ram, Jesus Christ, I just get assaulted by ads.
Yeah, I noticed I screwed up the planet name during the Isolation Dev podcast. I called it KG386 instead of KG348, and that's because I was confusing the AVP 2010 planet for the Isolation planet, which is BG386.
I get confused with the numbers all the time.
Yeah, 115, still... Gotta trim that. I think it's because I keep trying to do that other objective where I lock down the stairwell. I shouldn't do that.
But didn't I do that?
Not for your best time one. Maybe your best score one. Sizzy Bubbles, yeah, I could use some coffee if you don't mind. Sean Mooney asks, so how happy / giddy was you chaps with the Alien Isolation 2 announcement? I was very happy. I had some friends, some of which are in this chat, that were kind of cynical, being like, "Oh, you're getting your hopes up. It's not going to happen." I was like, "I don't know. There's some signs. It's looking likely."
Was it Caleb?
Maybe. But
He's always pooping on your party. He is.
But sure enough, they did celebrate the anniversary, and it was just really cool to read that. Even if there wasn't a teaser or anything, I didn't expect that. I just expected an acknowledgement of its existence, and we got that. And so that was very cool to see. It'll be interesting to have Sega back as a publisher after 10 years, and that really put some questions in my mind, like, well, is this the only one they're doing? Because I guess Focus does not have exclusive rights in that case. And
is Focus doing Rogue Incursion? I can't remember.
I don't think so. I think it's just 20th Century Games, honestly.
Are they publishing themselves already? But no, I was really excited for it. You know, I spent most of the day sort of glued to Twitter, watching various announcements, and well, not announcements, but like watching Sega's posts come up, watching the soundtrack get a proper announcement release, all the retro interviews and, well, no, not interviews, all the retro sort of podcasts and reviews and stuff coming up from everybody. And then they finally dropped the news, I think, when I had left and gone home. Was that right?
Yeah.
No, it was 15 minutes before I went home. But I can't report news at work anymore. The website is blocked at work. Xander says
14, shaved off second.
Alex White deserves an Alien TV show. Damn right they do. But at least they got some bits of their books in Romulus. You know, I had a big grin on my face when I heard Rook going on about Plegarius Prepotens. And then when I saw Nox Hydria on one of the monitors.
Yeah, let's
Charlie.
keep the Black Goose stuff out of the Isolation sequel, please.
I don't mind some Plegarius Prepotens showing up.
Please just do it.
No, it's proper canon now. You've got no choice.
Sizzy Bubbles says, do you know the name of the Carnivores game planet? PMMUV32. I don't, but you do.
Ghosted Viper says, I'm very much excited for Seventh Circle, and I'm interested in seeing May's development as a unique AI. I'm really looking forward to Seventh Circle as well. You know, Inferno's Fall was one of the best books that we had in the last 4 years or so. I still think it's some of Titan's best character work. So I'm quite interested to see that.
Shame about that cover, though.
It's always a shame about that cover when it comes to fucking Titan.
Well, Inferno's Fall at least had one of the better covers that they've done.
True.
Sean Mooney says, I think I can say this now and it won't be a big deal, but I've known about its existence for a long time. But obviously we have to keep lots of secrets in the industry. Oh, okay. So you knew that was coming.
Yeah, I've heard it referred to as a pretty open secret in the games industry. Caleb says this is such slanderous truth in regards to you shitting on him. Ghosty Viper says Adam when Stompy doesn't flee the flamethrower. How many times have I got to teach you this lesson? Casper says thoughts on William Gibson's Alien 3 comic.
I remember it being good. I like some of the covers of it a lot.
There's some great covers. I really enjoyed that one. I was a little disappointed with the colour palette though. It was very bright.
Come on, baby. Come Come on, baby.
and I would have liked to have seen it be a bit more moodier.
Oh.
And I also dislike the
103.
Interceptor's design in that comic. Because why would it just be the dropship? I was like, oh, that's fucking lazy.
God damn it, Aaron. You are 103.24. I am 103.70.
You fucking spiteful little bastard. Oh, me and Greg are the same.
Oh, yeah. How did you get exactly the same time? Jeez.
I don't fucking know. How does he get to be before me? That's not fair.
You're 680 on the leaderboard. Damn. As far as time goes.
Yeah. I bet I still have that screenshot, Adam, where I was 3rd on the leaderboard for best score. Not anymore.
Not anymore. Let's see best score. Yeah, you're 926.
But once, Adam, once I was 3rd.
So you were 3rd.
I sent you the screenshot, do you remember? I found it the other day.
Oh, okay. I gotta say, the highest I've ever been on leaderboards was the game Wipeout HD collection. I got pretty good.
You were a big fan of the Wipeout stuff, weren't you?
If I do say so myself, I got pretty good at that game. Where I could confidently say I was one of the best in the fucking world. So.
Well, Stizzy, you're gonna have to help him get his head through that door soon. Predminator says, marvelous, it feels like a dream come true, one of the best Alien games ever made, and also one of the best Alien things to come out since Aliens 1986. It's talking about Isolation 2 there, I do believe. Francisco says, it's a great time to be an Alien fan. Caleb says, I thought the comic was great, a very faithful adaptation of the second draft. Indeed, yes it was.
Yeah, Sizzy Bubble says, I can vouch, I saw it. Sean Mooney says, Adam, I was number 3 on the Wipeout global leaderboards for a time. Ooh, nice.
I have to get you two facing off against each other.
That would be good. You want to do a couple races, Sean, one of these days?
Go play Mission 4, Adam. Go and escape comms without being attacked by an android.
Okay. So have I not unlocked that one?
No.
Okay.
Caustic Viper, that's... Oh, no, not Caustic Viper. Who asked the question? Hang on. Oh, No Style Dutch. Good timing. He asks, are you guys going to do another podcast about an unmade script anytime soonish? Well, not a podcast, but I'm planning a new feature on... well, I don't want to say what it's going to be, just in case somebody else goes and tries to scoop me on it. But no, I am planning a...
Hello?
I think it'll be a small feature, but I've made contact with the exec at Fox that was making it happen, so hopefully we'll be able to get something done soon. It will only be a video/article though, not a podcast. We don't have any podcasts planned on the other scripts at the minute, but that's just because we've had so much happening. We've still got a bunch of Romulus interviews to schedule in and take place. And we're behind a bunch of comics and books as well.
So I can't be attacked.
You can't be attacked.
Okay. So as long as their eyes are white, I'm good.
Control. It's urgent.
That is a restricted area.
It's an emergency. Don't you realize what's going on?
So I'll have to be sneaky beaky like.
Indeed.
Mr. Effing Blonde says, hey VP Galaxy, been following your website for as long as I can remember. Great to see you're still going strong and replaying some Isolation. I'm playing Dark Descent myself. Regards from Stoke, UK. Oh, well, thank you very much for that.
Indeed, thank you.
Yeah, we just hit our 22nd anniversary?
Second anniversary, yeah.
We're getting old, Aaron.
To be fair, we can't claim all 22 years.
That's true. I've only been on...
Some kind of tracker.
I came on
as
a moderator for a section of the boards in 2011, and then I started doing the podcast with you, Aaron, in 2013. That's when I got a bit more active in stuff.
I was a moderator
No,
on the
no
forums
problem.
back in the AVP era when it was on con forums, and then I became a news poster when we relaunched the site in 2007, something like that.
And
2006, 2007.
I still remember how happy I was. I was like, oh, a new AVP movie's coming. This website's back. It's happening, man. Then you guys hated it even more. But I liked it.
That's funny though. But I mean, how cool was that time? You know, we had the directors on the fucking forums. That was some early legitimacy.
Sean Mooney, I would need a warm-up as well. I have not been an active Wipeout player for a while. Didn't they re-release it on PS5 though? So yeah, I need to get back into that. XL was my favorite. Oh, Steve Spires mentioned that. I had the original Wipeout. Yeah, XL
I had
was...
the original Wipeout on the fucking Sega Saturn.
Oh, that's right. You had a Saturn. I had a PS1, and Wipeout
Oh, I
XL.
got we had a PS1 eventually, but yeah, my first ever console was the Saturn.
Yeah, Wipeout XL was my first PlayStation game, but I think that and Crash Bandicoot. But sorry, you were gonna say?
I don't remember. We had a PlayStation 1 as well. My first games that I can remember were Alien Trilogy. Not that I can claim actually having, well, playing that, because I didn't dare touch it for a long time. Tomb Raider, Wipeout, Virtua Fighter 2, a soccer game, an Olympic soccer game maybe. Soccer, like I'm a fucking American. A football game. We got it because we got it like a big bundle with a load of games with it. No Style Dutch says, yay, it's the Romulus era right now. Human Ham Cube says, so good of Wayland Yutani to know about the creature and insist on making all of their vents and doors Vizino compatible.
Listen to me. We've got to re-establish long-range communications.
You're becoming hysterical.
Sean Mooney says Omega Collection is
back.
PS4
I'm warning you.
when I worked on. Oh, you worked on it? And oh, you did. Yeah, you did like one of the extra ships they added from the new teams, right? And that version worked on PS5. Okay, so that was the last one. That's right. Yeah, I didn't really get super into it until HD Fury, and that one I got the Platinum Trophy for. Still haven't done the same for, and Beat Zico was of course the hardest one. If you look up any hardest PS3 trophies list, that is on there.
Predminator says, I see a lot of YouTubers playing Isolation on live streams now. There's some big channels, some very small channels. They must have heard about the sequel news and think people were drawn to the Let's Plays. Yeah, I imagine that's very much the case.
Yeah.
And the anniversary, of course. That's why we're playing it so much this month.
Well, Sega must have seen the signs, because I feel like the horror gaming space is much more in a place now where Isolation could thrive compared to 2014.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the game helped fucking popularize the...
Because Twitch wasn't like a big thing at the time.
It was still a thing at the time, though. I remember watching a stream while I waited for my copy to show up. And I think it was the Cease and Synthetics bit.
So it's not being attacked. I can still be detected, right?
Well, I assume you don't want to be detected.
Yeah, I mean, if we can avoid that, that would be great. But if it just means not getting hit, then...
Oh, I don't know. You'll have to find out. Custy Viper says the black goo is a fun concept, but it's not needed to make the xenomorphs scary.
Well, that's why it's one of the things I like the most about this game is just how authentic it was to the original film. Even with the space jockey, they could have... I mean, Prometheus had come out. They could have added a bunch of little Prometheus bits in the Derelict, but it wouldn't have felt as authentic, I think.
No, I don't disagree with you there, but I also am at a point where I now quite accept and like what they've been doing with the Black Goo. Caleb says directors on the forum, directors chased off the forum. Those people tend to regret their actions from being teenagers. That's the problem with us being around 20-something years.
Yeah.
Mr. Effin Blonde says, multiplayer EVP 2 back in the day. I was a member of a Predator clan there called Whisperblade. Happy days indeed, showing my age. Were you ever in a clan in the AVP 2 days?
I remember once, and this is going to sound like I'm really full of myself, I did a clan tryout, and I was like better than all of them. And so they offered me, and I was like, nah, that's okay.
Seriously, that head is going to need a back support soon. I had a little clan with a bunch of my school friends that played. We were the Bug Stomping Marine Division. BSM Day. We came very close to some other dodgy acronym there.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't have known the other one at that age, would you?
I don't think we were far off learning it. I do miss those days.
Tigron. So you did the Tigron ship, Sean. I hope you got that little floating
Station I can contact.
physical thing that came out with one of the editions, didn't it?
Oh, Costy Viper says, I miss when Wayland Yutani wanted Xenos for their weapons division. Cold Forge was peak. I like that we've been avoiding that direction, though. You know, I like in this that the focus is on human antagonists, in quotation marks, doing things to survive or to stop people getting the aliens.
Yeah.
And though I oh my god, get my teeth in. And though Cold Forge was kind of about them wanting it for the weapons division, one of the things I always loved about the book was that Blue wasn't actually forwarding that goal. They were trying to get the aliens for their medical purposes, and that's what I like that Romulus was doing as well. Sander says just 2 more days till Romulus. That's the digital release, isn't it?
Yeah, they make you buy it twice these days, don't they? It'd be nice if, like, I think Mike was telling me this, like, it'd be nice if you pre-ordered a physical edition if it came with.
And you got a digital.
But then people would just cancel their pre-orders. Like,
I don't think I'll bother getting. Oh, I think you do want that side, don't you?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the right door. Sean says, at the wrap party, they gave that floating Tigron model to a tester who got the best lap time at go-karting. I made the bloody thing. Oh, they didn't give you one? That's lame. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I was a little irritated recently when some, like, Sony executive was like, we need more original franchises. I'm like, do you know how many Sony franchises you have that you are neglecting? Like, can we bring Killzone back? Can we bring Resistance back? And Wipeout, of course? Like,
Was Resistance the one with Lance in, one of the early ones?
I can't remember. That was the one that
I
was
feel like
the
he was in
alternate
Resistance
history.
2 or something.
Maybe. He did a lot of video game voice work at the time. At least you got a pretty cool press kit, though.
Marvelous says, it might sound weird, but when I saw the announcement post about the sequel, I got teary-eyed. LMAO.
I get that. I feel that.
I was very fucking excited. I don't think he cares, Adam. Oh, no, is he?
We're just gonna reload the save there.
Oh, you shouldn't have thrown it. Charlie says, I wonder how long we'll have to wait for the sequel. I imagine 2 to 3 years.
At least 2026 at the earliest, I would imagine. More likely 2027.
Mr. Effin Blonde says, I have a theory that CA had the sequel very well planned, just didn't greenlight it. until Romulus proved to be a huge success. I streamed this to PS Live on launch day. But one of the let me find the thread, because this is a narrative we've seen around a lot. Somebody disputed it. Let me find him, because I'm sure I shared those tweets.
Sean Mooney says, Adam, I know you own my Pfizer print. Do you want the old Office Tigron poster we had made? I still have it and nowhere to put it. I will not say no to that. I do have some of those little wipeout ships that there were these PlayStation figures called Totaku or something that they did for a while. They don't do anymore, but I have those sitting in front of your print. So if you're offering, hell yeah, I would appreciate that.
So Del Walker on Twitter used to work at Creative Assembly a long time ago, and there's a bunch of reasons it took so long to do a sequel, but the reason it now exists is nothing to do with Romulus. It was greenlit long before. I think it was actually just nice of them to use the anniversary and fucking announce it, because I think we all know how disappointing Alien Day has been recently, or how lackluster it's been recently, and to actually see somebody make use and embrace the anniversary was great.
Yeah, and you could tell, like, the fact that Sega commissioned artwork by the original artist just to celebrate the anniversary, and the Lo-Fi Girl collaboration, like, I can't remember her name, but props to that community manager for Sega, because it was just so cool how they celebrated the anniversary, and it made it seem like they really did care and they were happy to be doing this again.
Okay. Sounds like the stream's been lagging, Adam. It looks okay in the minute. I'm just looking at it, but just for awareness. No, just
Seems okay on my end. Is it still lagging? Okay, it's good there. Good.
Mr. Effing Blonde says, I did a playthrough in the VR, Mother VR, and I'm pretty sure my lifespan by about 5 years. Yup. That's one of the things I worry about with Rogue Incursion. You know, I've very much been looking forward to it, and I've said for donkeys now how we needed a game built for VR from the ground up. I'm curious as to if I'll manage to play it. Oh, stream started twirling then. Have you got stuff? Cancel the stream to the Discord, mate.
Okay, we do that. I shouldn't have stuff running, but let me just close down my browser just in case.
Because if Sega is becoming the publisher again, does that mean Isolation 2 is to go out with a bang type project?
Shit.
I would hope not. Would expect not. It just means it is going to be a bit more well funded than Dark Descent or Fireteam Elite have been, or Blackout.
Aaron, you're sounding a bit robotic for me. Can you pop out and pop back in of Discord?
Sure. Hello.
Okay, I think that's better. I hope that's better.
Sand says lagging is due to YouTube not being able to handle your awesomeness.
Oh, thanks, Xander.
Everybody's talking about the age differences now between when they first played Isolation and... Yeah.
So I would be 26 when Isolation 1 came out. Yeah.
God. 25.
And it's my last week of being 36.
Caleb says you always know a working. No, you always nair and a working Aaron. Fuck it out.
Samuels! You're alive! It's Ripley!
Ripley! Taylor, it's Ripley. We were getting worried. We
I
thought...
made it! Where are you?
We're at a transit station now. It's right by medical.
Okay. Samuels, listen to me.
No,
It's not
Stardust says,
safe
do you
here.
think the next
Seegson's
Alien
got this
movie will
place
be a
locked tight.
standalone
Their
or a
goddamn
follow-up
androids are
on
killing people.
Romulus?
That's impossible. It's
That's a
contrary
good
to
question.
primary synthetic
I've
programming.
seen it, Samuels. I guess Seegson's got a different idea about synthetics.
I think Fede's kind of said he's been wondering
What would happen
about
when
what
they
would
got-
happen.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
they get to that planet. Here they come. Here they come.
Shit.
Run. Leg it.
I can just hide for now, right?
Yeah.
How many do we have to deal with? Just 2 in here? Okay.
Jada Prog says, I'd be down to follow Rain for a trilogy. I wouldn't necessarily say a trilogy, but as long as he's natural. You know, you make a lot more use of the flares than I do. It's just something I never do on my playthroughs.
Yeah, I mean, it's not quite as effective as the noisemaker, but it does make for a good distraction. Supposed to go this way?
Xander says it'd be interesting to see a non-Wayland-Yutani system.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
In an isolation sequel.
Did not see
isolation.
me. Shit, shit, shit.
Is it reload time?
I don't know. It depends if it means being hit when I'm attacked. Oh shit.
Well, they do have limited follow distance. Clay Mountain says, I still think that an Isolation 2 should be set on a colony ship. You wake from hypersleep and the ship is half destroyed. I mean, that's certainly an interesting concept.
I mean, I can't imagine they would just do another space station. Can you? It has to.
No.
It has to be an interesting switch up of the locale. I think, be it a colony world or a massive spaceship like the Auriga was. I think they have to switch up the setting.
Yeah, they do. I think a colony makes the most sense.
Come on.
But then again, I'm not going to be disappointed if they end up doing a ship or gateway.
So when's the end of this mission?
When you get a loading screen.
Oh, right. I should know that, huh?
I think you just need to get through the doors. Or a little further past the doors, I can't remember. Gusty Viper says, I hope it's on a colony planet like Inferno's Fall.
What was the name of the achievement again?
Just out of reach.
Oh yeah, then I think that means they don't hit me. Oh, they hear Mr. Stompy rustling.
Is this the mission he shows up in?
I think it was before this, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, because doesn't Amanda say
That was a bad place to
about the creature? Jada Prog says, be cool to see more exploration of other types of colonies. Maybe colonies of a different megacorp or some other government. Yeah, I think it'd be nice to actually see one of the government in a game for once. You know, maybe give Three World Empire a decent introduction. Rather than, you know, the trash that is Colony War.
Oh, They're stompy.
Or the UPP. Okay. Yes. No, I remember. Because I did that once. You've called him to you, Adam.
Oh. Oh, he can see me if I'm just peeking like that? I did not know that. Holy shit. Well, now I gotta reload the save.
Oh, Adam. Did you save it in the stairs?
No.
Oh, Adam. Yeah, they can see you.
Well, I didn't know they could see me peeking, because the xenomorph cannot see
He
me
can.
peeking. Really?
He can.
Maybe I
Yeah.
just peek for too long. Maybe if it's a timed thing?
Oh, did you not save on your way down?
I mean, this won't take me that long to get past again. Whoa, why can I not get out here? Okay, there we go.
Custy Viper says that Joe is looking directly at Adam, full eye contact.
I know, but I was peeking. I thought it was a video game thing where it's like, as long as I'm peeking, he can't see me.
Oh. That's why it's part of the isolation charm. It's a risk. Sizzy says, you didn't know that. We talked about it on the podcast. We did. I'm sure I mentioned it. Marvelous TV says, Joe was looking into Adam's soul.
I love these floor lights here. They're so ominous. Like, would you really want to work there? Like, sit at the desk? Good God. Who designed that?
Clear Mountain says, the one problem with the colony world is that the engineering aspect. Fixing stuff is part of what I love in the game, and running around a colony feels more like other Alien or AVP games. Well, I think it was Caleb in the past suggested that it would be a colony on a very hazardous world, so that aspect of the state of the colony needing to make sure it's maintained still fits. Or potentially, you know, a degradation of that colony still fits the vibe, because, you know, if it fails, then you get exposed to hazardous atmosphere and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like, how cool would it be to have just this really stormy, dark, moody planet or something?
Generation Selfie says, when is the Isolation podcast coming out? It will probably be second week of November. I'm doing the interview first, which I'll try and get ready and then have to run by the people on it. But I have 2 more podcasts ready. There'll be one released tomorrow, which is an interview with the writers of Alien Utopia, the major short story that was in Alien Black, White and Blood.
God damn it.
So that'll be out tomorrow. The week after, we'll have an interview with T.R. Napper, who is the author of Aliens Bishop. And then hopefully the week after that, we'll have our Isolation retro interview. And then 2 weeks after that should be the retro review. All being well. Clear Mountain says, should Alien Isolation 2's pro tag be an engineer if it's not Amanda? I mean, that's a point, actually, to make it not seem like just a rehash without Amanda. But then again, it also is a charm of the Alien universe.
I think at this point, Amanda as a character is just so tied to the Isolation brand that I don't think they could do a sequel without her.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a sequel, as in Isolation 2, it is a sequel, I think it does have to be Amanda. But I also think that the format doesn't need to be her. It doesn't have to be Amanda. You can work any character with this simple gameplay loop. Aliens Gaming Universe Community says, looking forward to your Aliens What If review podcast when it drops. That was so disappointing. We don't have that scheduled yet. I actually enjoyed it, apart from that first issue. I thought it was a fun comic. Not one to take seriously. Not one that I'll revisit very often, but I still enjoyed it. I don't think you've read that one yet, have you?
Samuel.
I have not. Okay, this time. Oh, it won't let me save there.
Generation Selfie says, one more thing. Can we get more movie-driven podcasts? As in, more game retros or more discussions about the movies? Well, we tend... Well, you'd have to wait for it to reload because you've only just saved it. We tend to be driven by what's current. And at the moment, you know, that is a lot of comics. They are the regular content that comes out. We do the movie stuff and the game stuff when there's an anniversary coming up. But does mean we do get lots of interviews at the minute. Because we've got quite a few Romulus ones still to do. We're recording one next week?
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
No, week after next. And then I've got another one to schedule in as well.
But yeah, I've noticed that's something that Perfect Organism does. They'll have more conversations just about different topics, when it comes to the movies.
Yeah, well, they don't really touch on the expanded universe much at all.
They'll still talk about games and such.
Yeah, but nowhere near as much as we do. And I would like to do specific topics. I mean, that's like why we did the TE versus DC thing recently. And I have a bunch of topics that I have written up that I'd like to do that are movie and generally related as well. But we'll always end up being, what's current driven.
Shit.
But it's certainly something I'm aware of. And it's certainly something I try and schedule in around the other bits and pieces. I feel like you're getting more panicky now with the place. Kaelin says, I could see them having a different... I could see them having a different character, somebody on a colony world encountering aliens, then Amanda shows up as an NPC to try and stop them. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that idea either. Because, I mean, I remember when the game was coming out, I think it was at the EGX Developers Talk, or one of the various developer talks they did at some of the conventions over here. Gary Napper talked about wanting to do something a bit Alien 3-esque. I know a lot of people were like, oh, it'd be amazing if we did something that was like Aliens where you were playing as Newt. He's right there. Playing as Newt, and Gary was like, no, we don't want to put a little kid into all of this stuff. I know it's in the games and everything, but we don't want to do that. Which is fair, I think. But I still think it would work with a new character. Clear Mountain says, rewatched Outland last night, and Waits in this is basically Sean Connery's character of O'Neill if he was incompetent. I like Outland. That's one we're going to have to do for Genetic Memory as well at some point.
I still have never seen it. But of note, that same leaker that said the announcement for a sequel would be happening on the anniversary did say that it would focus on Amanda, and that it would discount the events of Blackout, which makes me wonder if it'll take place right after the first game.
I feel like they might do a gap in it, to be honest.
Maybe they'd have like an intro sequence and then a time jump or something.
Yeah, maybe. Just so we see her get picked up or whatever as the prologue. You'll like Outland when you watch it, by the way. It is very alien DNA. Say again?
I said, you think so, huh?
Yes, I've seen it several times now. It is very Alien adjacent. Gaming universe community says, yeah, you're more AVP as a whole franchise, whereas PO is film focused and editorials, for want of a better word, on the films. Well, I've said it in the past and I'll say it again. A lot of like the topics that PO will talk about are things that I would rather write an article about or do a video about than do a discussion on. Which is why we don't tend to have like those random ones. Not that I end up actually writing stuff on them yet, but it's just things I think would be more suitable for me or us as editorials rather than discussions. But no, because we're so current events based. It means we are talking a lot about the comics. We are talking a lot about the books because that's what we get more content of. And I do have a little whiteboard of topics that I would like to do discussions on and guests that I would like to bring on to talk about them. It's just getting around to them, especially because I've actually had a bad decade. You know what? I started this year off so fucking well-meaning and so
I got it.
nicely done.
Thank you for your help with that. But yeah, I'm sorry, Aaron.
Yeah, but I mean that's just why this year ended up not going to plan. We recorded like the one sort of film-focused discussion, and then it's taken me how long to do these last bunch of interviews, and I still have a discussion to do, to edit. A review, sorry, to edit.
Squip says, I'm really hoping Isolation shows how Chad and Amanda fell in love so I have better context for Colony War. I'm sure you would like that, Aaron.
Oh no, it's going to ignore Colony War is what it's going to do. I guarantee you that Isolation 2 will not take into account fucking the Titan books.
Or maybe she will
all the comics.
Start off Cry Frozen from her mysterious illness. I don't think we would play. I don't think the setting will be post Colony War. Yeah, I doubt.
Fuck
we'll be seeing much
Resistance,
of
fuck
Chad.
Rescue, fuck Colony War.
Mike, welcome.
Apparently, Generation Selfie liked it when we and Eric and Voodoo argued for 2 hours about Fighting Milligan.
Did we argue for 2 hours? I thought we both were kind of on the same page about it.
I think me and you enjoyed it. I think Eric and Voodoo didn't enjoy it as much.
Charlie Hutchings asks, who would your dream guest be to interview? It's got to be Ridley Scott. I mean, come on. If we could get him on the podcast for 2 hours. That would be
I say how much I think that press junket we had with him was a fucking waste. And one of my biggest regrets of everything we're doing, of everything we've done. But I don't know. That's purely because I didn't get to ask him the one question I genuinely wanted to ask him, and that was how deliberate the inspirations from William Gibson's Alien 3 stuff was to Covenant. I think if we got him for 2 hours, it would be a lot of us being judged for being so nerdy and into the specifics.
Well, that's why it would be funny though. We'd ask him a question and just look at me. It's like, how about you boys just go outside, huh? How about that?
When you go touch the grass, I don't think he would be a fun interview at all. Actual dream interviews. I think James Cameron probably wouldn't. But then again, he's been fucking shitty and snidey lately.
Only to people that are kind of that way with him, I find.
I'd love to talk to more of the unmade script people. You know, John Spates or David Towie. Or Neil Blomkamp.
Yeah, Neil Blomkamp would be a big one as well.
But then again, he's all fucking snidey with it all at the minute these days, isn't he? Mikey has joined us.
Yes, I pointed that out.
Aliens Gaming Universe Community says, "Oh, just or if Isolation 2 is a sequel with Amanda, do you think it will contradict what's happening in Rogue Incursion, since Azula is clearly looking for Amanda?"
Well, maybe I can ask them about that.
Shh. No, we can't talk about that yet.
No. I didn't say anything.
You did say nothing. Clear Mountain says, "What character from other movies, games, books, or comic books would you like to see make a cameo in Isolation 2? I don't know if I'd necessarily want them to be in a cameo in Isolation 2 or just in a game full stop. But who would I love to see? Blue, of course. I'd love to see Blue Marsalis.
Caleb says, Eric not enjoying something?
Who else? Church back would be cool.
Where's that other ID card? Here it is. Okay, so this time I just completed all objectives on this.
Schwip says, "I saw the trade back of What If is out. Is it worth picking up? I haven't read any of the singles. If you know what you're getting into, then I think it's an enjoyable read. You know, there is a continuity gap that sets up the entire What If that's a bit ugh, because it's wrong. But it's very much a comedic, light-hearted take on Burke on Aliens that somehow makes Burke likable. I enjoyed it." Custy Viper says, "Oh guys, did you guys look into that Aliens versus Avengers?" Yes, I've read the current 2 issues. I'm quite enjoying it as well. Again, it's not a serious one to take seriously or anything like that, but it's certainly been strong.
And I got a long way to go to get to your score. I got 96,168, and you have 134,940.
Let me see what modifiers I got. I got no preparation, so that's picking up none of the shit in the room.
That's probably what I need to do.
And engineer. I assume that's related to building something.
I got no flamer, no hiding, and no tracker.
So I only got 2 extra ones than you. Have you read any of the Avengers stuff yet? Are you waiting?
No, not yet. Oh, well, I mean, we did the Wolverine one, but yeah, I haven't done the Avengers one. Haven't done the Black Panther one. I need to read that. It's by the same.
That's been good as well.
Creative team as the Wolverine one, but I'm just still waiting for AVP, man. When they finally do that, like, they gotta launch the comics for that next year with all the Predator stuff coming.
It'll be Theta and somebody. It's just who the other somebody is.
Dutch's brother. Well, because they're 2 Predator characters. So.
Yeah, true. Xander says, "Cameron has made some really ableist comments lately. Definitely made me lose all respect for him."
Yeah, I haven't seen.
I've not seen the ableist stuff. I've seen him fucking going off on his fans. Charlie Hutchins says, "I would love to see Dr. Paul Church." Yeah, I'd love to see Church back.
Let's do Ransom again.
Caustic Viper says, if Isolation 2 gives us challenge scenarios from some of the novels, I would praise it to eternity. I would rather it give us actual story-driven extra content than the challenge modes. The challenge modes are just so anti the rest of the game. You know, it's not patience. The time stuff is rushing you, and the point stuff is rushing you as well. Dr. Church would be amazing to see return into canon. I know they hinted to him in Enemy of My Enemy. I don't remember the Enemy of My Enemy hints, but he was also hinted at in Colony War. But here's a little... I'm sure I spoke about it in the article that I did on Church at the end of last year. But Fox were going to bring him back. He was going to be a thing again. I'll have to see what I wrote in that article. I can't actually remember what I said about it.
Jada Prague says, I want them to print an AVP omnibus already. Yeah, if they're still not going to start with the new comics, that would be a good place to start, I guess, is collecting the old ones.
Okay, so here's what I wrote about Church in that other article. Prior to the merger with Disney, 20th Century Fox had actually intended to bring Paul Church back. Colony War recently introduced Chad McLaren, Amanda's husband. Fox's original intent was that McLaren would have been working under Paul Church, and it was Church's cruel methods in his research on the aliens and humans alike that would have motivated McLaren to join with Amanda and Zula. Though the research has genuine benefits to mankind in the way of cures for diseases, McLaren would have abandoned Church. Much of these original ideas remain in McLaren's backstory in Colony War, and though Church isn't explicitly named in the novel, he is alluded to in the way Davis describes McLaren's former scientific partner. And then I quoted the bit in the book. Had I not known of Fox's much early intentions, description could have been, and still might be, anyone. So I think there's still more that we know about that isn't out there, though. I won't go into now. Yeah, Marvel really is taking the time on these AVPs. I wonder if the AVP license itself is proving awkward.
Shit.
Marvelous TV says, is it possible that
over
Villain
there.
and Connor survived on the Torrents and it's the Torrents that picked up Amanda at the end? Well, I think the implication is that they're all deaded.
It's too bad, because Verlaine was, like, such a good character.
Though I don't see how they actually managed to die, or the alien got on so quickly, but... I think somebody floated the idea that the end's actually just a dream and Amanda never got off the umbilical.
The descent style, eh? Oh shit.
Caleb says Reigns picks up Amanda at the end as Ripley passes by in the background once again.
Yeah, Stompy is just on you in the challenge modes.
It's a lot harder.
But before the anniversary's over, I do want to beat them all and complete the objectives for all of them.
We need video proof of this, Adam.
Do we?
Yeah.
Well, here it is. I at least did the basement.
True. Xander says, then Amanda time travels to be the Predator killer. Still think that was one of the stupidest fucking things that was ever thought about. And I'm 100% certain that was a John Davis thing. He's somebody I'd love to talk to, actually. Or the Thomas brothers.
Mike's Monster says the Narcissus launching off of Romulus goes out to pick up Amanda, and both Ripley somehow run into more xenomorphs and fight together, but then Ellen bumps her head and forgets it all before aliens. Would you like to see that, Aaron?
Oh, it sounds wonderful. I mean, she could have enough brain injuries, surely.
We got the dock extension out there. The vibe of the station is just so cool, though. I love when you look out the windows and just see the rest of the station. There was an artist that posted all these like digital paintings of the station you see out there, because it's like part 3D and it's part 2D textures for the station. And you can see them all on ArtStation. They look really good.
Oh, that reminds me. That was the picture I was going to post the other day.
I'm so fucked.
Do you want to see what IDs you're missing, and I'll see what missions they're on?
Sure. Let me just see if I can survive this. Stop being behind the couch. You can't see me.
Xander says the stunt performer for Newt looked awesome, I have to say. Which stunt performer, though, are we talking about?
Oh, great.
We're on about
He's
Roy
found me.
Deep or
He's found me.
Louise Head?
Well, no, he didn't. Wow. Okay. It's a good thing he turned to the left and not to the right there.
Oh, the Predator one. Oh, I can't remember her name. I think we did a little Q&A with her, though. I think Voodoo did a little Q&A with her. Let's have a goosey. Let's have a goosey. Brianna Watkins. I think she did both Ripley and Newt, if I remember rightly.
And if I recall, she couldn't actually say much.
No. Don't think she spoke any... Oh, no. Regarding Newt's line, can you recall generally what she had to say to whom? It was a warning, a call to arms to the in-charge characters in the room. So fucking stupid. It's just so stupid.
That would have been incredible, though, if it actually would happen.
I mean, the move is fucking bad enough as it is, without that actually being in the proper thing. Yeah, Xander, there's... I'll pop the interview in the chat, actually. It's funny because the Predator Killer pod still has the human writing on it as well in the finished film. Fucking terrible. Oh, here's the one I was looking for.
Predminator asks, how's it going so far, guys? I did get a new achievement, so that's nice. One step closer to having all achievements on PC. Right now I'm just doing some challenge mode stuff. Bastard.
Tell me when you want to hunt down some tigers or whatever. Or some logs. Caustic Viper says, for a creature called the perfect organism, Wayland Yutani really does mess with this DNA. From the biodrones to the infiltrator mutants. Yeah, it's not perfect enough. I've just got to tinker. It is half the narrative fun of them, though, is the hybrids and etc.
Predminator says, I love the Isolation movie theater. Yeah, it was a cool new locale of the station that we get to see in this DLC.
Yeah, I really liked it. It does carry on that 70s vibe so much.
Really? Firepower there.
Clear Mountain says, I want to know what movies got shown in the theatre, though. That's a good question. Friday the 13th, part 20.
Obviously not Alien. That's Clear Mountain says.
No, it's called Space Beast.
Okay, can I check what logs I have, or do I have to get in the game
You
to
should.
see that?
I think you might have to get in the game, I can't remember. Or Dark Star surely, says Sean Mooney.
Okay, we'll start with mission 1.
Do you remember in the AVPR game with the movie posters they had on the wall in the theatre there?
I mean,
They had, like,
I don't remember which posters.
I'll have a look for that in a
That's a
minute.
game we got to live stream, because we did a Let's Play, but we've never live streamed that.
I think that was the first Let's Play we ever did. Clear Mountain says the 1980s blob. Sean Mooney says film about an alien on a ship, co-directed and starring Dan O'Bannon.
Okay, Aaron, so here's what I'm missing.
Okay, hang on. Let me bring up another tab.
I wonder if they're in order.
Isolation. ID tag locations.
Are there any on the torrents?
No, the first ones are on mission 2, which is Zed Watson, who you've got. Then it's A Fielding, who you don't have. So that's mission 2.
Mission 2. Okay, I'll load mission 2.
So there's only 2 in mission 2. You got one of them, you haven't got the other.
Where's Fielding?
He is in. After you first equipped your flashlight to look for the vent entrance with Axel, go through the first doorway on your left, then look in the vent on the left-hand side.
I do really hope in Isolation 2 there's more zero gravity stuff and we're out in space a bit more.
Yeah, I mean, if only to show off some sophisticated gameplay stuff.
One of the things that was kind of interesting is, even though the digital series was not great, the new sequence of her, like the new epilogue sequence of her floating in space, showed the xenomorphs in hibernation in vacuum, and she commented on it, so it just kind of reminded me of Romulus a bit.
Sorry, say that again.
So in the digital series, when it's like the epilogue of her floating through space, she sees the xenomorphs attached to
The
debris. And
Yeah.
she says they're in some kind of stasis, so kind of made me think of Romulus.
You know what? The end and start of the digital series, where they actually had original CG footage, was genuinely good.
Yeah, it was all the machinima stuff that kind of was lackluster.
Yeah. If only people had gone to Axis or Blur for full feature length stuff. Axis might still be around. Predominate says, do you guys think Isolation 2 will be made for VR also?
It's
It's a
I
good
think
question.
So. I think it'll be like Resident Evil 7 or Village, where it has that feature as an optional thing. I hear for Resident Evil 4 it's really good too.
God damn. This'll help.
Custy Viper says, does that mean besides Big Chap and the Acheron Queen, we've got the Isolation aliens floating out there too? Well, the Queen fell back to the surface of the planet, so she should actually be burnt up in the atmosphere. But it is funny to think that there's loads of frozen aliens around Sevastopol.
Yeah. Queen at the bottom of the ocean too, in Antarctica.
Yes, true. Which would have been potentially in Liam O'Donnell's AVP3, if you remember.
Yep.
Nameless says Sevastopol does explode, doesn't it? It falls into the atmosphere of the gas giant.
And then
The gravity.
it explodes. You see it explode.
Yeah. Clear Mountain says, I think the Mike Tanaka tweets actually mentioned a movie he just saw. I think I can't remember what movie though. Ooh, I'll go have a look for that.
Hello? Anyone here?
Probably have to scroll back a bit for that though.
So it's right after you meet Axel, you said?
Yeah, it's in the vents after he gives you the torch. God, they really did space out the Mike Tanaka tweets. The account was active for like a year before the game came out.
Oh, we weren't all addicted to Twitter by then.
Well, I think Mike Tanaka was a very late thing that we all discovered. Okay, so Mike Tanaka at one point says, anybody else think the quality of movies on during the new year is just getting worse? Hashtag bring back the classics. Jelly Beans are staying up late tonight for our last family movie night for a while. Forgot how good some of the kids' films are.
You know, viral marketing doesn't seem as much of a thing
Prevalent at all
like
anymore.
It was. I mean, at least not the in-world stuff that they used to do, like the I Love Bees thing with what, Halo 3?
Halo 2.
Halo 2, that's right. All
That's
the Prometheus
2000.
stuff had a shit ton of viral marketing.
I don't think we'll ever beat the Prometheus viral marketing. We just seem to have moved away from it. And like, remember all the J.J. Abrams shit with what's that company that he has in all his fucking films?
Bad Robot?
No, the in-universe. It's like a slushy or something.
Yeah, me.
Chat, you know, surely. Caleb must know.
The Torrens. I'm right here. Verlaine!
You can see the airlock of the ship there, that's cool.
Slush out, Caleb says.
Damn it!
No, I'm not seeing any movie names in Mike Tanaka's stuff, I'm afraid. Oh, right, no. There was. A Marked Past. Okay, I admit it, Axel. A Marked Past was a decent movie shout. That moment with the stealth cruiser on the asteroid was brilliant. There you are, there's an in-universe movie. Oh, yeah, Clear Pass has just posted it in the comments as well. I should read through these properly one day.
Alien Isolation definitely added some in-universe booze between the extra beers and the whiskey and the vodka advertisements. You've traveled far, worked hard, and now you're returning home. You're looking forward to seeing your family and sleeping in your own bed. But there's one pleasure you never have to wait for. It's time to reward yourself with the crisp, distinctive taste of Davenport Rye. 100% smooth filtered bourbon whiskey, bottled in Elijah Craig, Kentucky. Oh, well, they're still making whiskey in Kentucky. Far in the future.
I'm sure they always will be.
Caleb says, there's something in the rye. Something in the fucking rye. It's a face I got, it is. Sorry, I'll stop.
All this fucking slander.
So, what actual
Some damn place is
professional
falling
streamers do you guys like? You kiddos like the Ninja and the the Markiplier? Is that what you like these days?
I watch us.
Oh, you watch us? Are we your favorite?
Yeah. I don't watch a lot of video game streamers, I'll be honest.
Yeah, neither do I. If
I'd
I
rather
did
play the game.
If I did have to pick a favorite, though, it would probably be the Oni Plays guys. Those guys are very funny, very entertaining.
Xander says, Aaron, let's hear your American accent. No, thank you.
No, dude, you must. I want to hear you try and do it.
I can't even consciously do an American accent.
Just try. That would be funny. Even if you fail, like, then it would be even more funny.
Clean Mountain says, do people still do hashtags? Yes.
Markipliers?
I don't get that. What's Mark Plyer has a good run on Isolation, so it was enjoyable.
Yeah, he got his start doing Five Nights at Freddy's, so he's very big into the horror game streaming, and he likes to be scared and scream and act like a madman on stream.
Aaron, just say cheeseburger enough, and the accent will work itself out. I'm good. I'm not an impressionist, I'm afraid. I leave all that to Adam and Caleb.
Caleb is one of the best, for sure.
Clearmount says, I was going through the Mike Tanaka tweets, and were a lot of hashtags more than I see nowadays. Yeah, people still use hashtags.
I'd say so.
All over the Instagrams, all over the Twitters.
Someone keeps telling me we need to get on TikTok, Aaron.
Fuck that
Like
right off.
like we can monetize
No.
TikTok and we can
I
make a killing
do
on
not give a shit. That can fuck right off.
there. Like that would be a betrayal of my generation.
No, it's just I've not got the fucking attention span to do the bullshit short form stuff they need.
They're getting into long form now. We could stream on TikTok. I know Hunter does that. He streams Isolation straight to TikTok.
Well, good for Hunter.
Or Mr. Zeno096 if you want to give him a follow.
We have enough on with bullshit we've got at the minute.
That's true. That's fair.
And if anybody would like to join us to do to do short form content for us, or to snip bits of our interviews and bits like that, you are very welcome.
I think I need this more than you do.
This is the evidence room, eh? You got some of that Davenport rye right here. Or no, that's tequila. That looks like the 1600 or 1800 tequila kind of thing. I don't know. Predminator asks, do you guys think we will ever get a Predator Concrete Jungle remaster and sequel? Underrated game. I doubt a sequel. Maybe a remastered. I mean, next year is the 20th anniversary for that, so we'll certainly be celebrating it and setting up an emulator and playing it.
I need to finish that. I never finished that game. I think I threw a tantrum when the alien showed up, and I never got past that level.
You never finished it.
I don't think I did.
I finished it. That was a good one.
You forget how much I got pissed off.
Xander says, I would, but P.O. has me busy.
Interview subject. Heist.
See, this is what I mean when like we find Waits as a bad guy. He's like, turn the camera off.
Look, if you
So
can't
it
even
doesn't
tell
seem
me your
like he's
name,
the
we're gonna
best,
be here a hell of a
most
long
upstanding
time.
police officer.
I
He
just
certainly
wanna
is
know
not.
what's fine. He's got you all into a lot of trouble.
Sander says, I'd love to work for both PO and AVP Galaxy.
I'm sure Jamie would whack his finger at you for that, Xander.
No, you may not work for the enemy.
Tough guy, huh? Turner, turn off the tape.
Caustic Viper is saying we need a mod where all distraction items in the game are instead food items.
Okay. Let's go, sweetheart. Seeks and Comms is in the Systech Spire. It's quite a distance, but we can get to a transit through the freight area. But watch yourself. We can get into all sorts of trouble there, okay?
I could see a remaster though. I could see them doing that.
I couldn't.
There's a lot of older games that I wish they'd just, and you're seeing it now with like the Tomb Raider
Come on, I don't wanna
remasters
stay
being
around
as
here
successful
long.
as they are, and they just announced Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver remasters. There's
But
a
they
lot-
all have big profiles, though. That's the thing.
I think the older Alien games would do well, like Resurrection Trilogy. I think
that you following
Concrete
me
Jungle
back
would
there?
do well.
Had to keep my distance. Can't take
I
any
mean, the
chances.
franchises are bigger now after these last few films, so I think they could do it. Yeah, Sean Mooney says Night Dive need to do Alien Trilogy. I would love to be able to see that one remastered and
Stick close to me.
have it.
I was
available on all
always-
systems.
Don't move.
I was always disappointed we never got those. We never got Alien Trilogy back in the,
John. This
you know,
is
the
Andrew.
Xbox arcade
Just
days.
some assholes.
You know, because I remember buying Duke Nukem 3D on it. I remember having
Their help.
ports of Doom and a version of Duke Nukem on the Game Boy Advance, and at that point I was like, oh, come on, Alien Trilogy on the Game Boy Advance. But it never happened.
I mean, if they just did a remaster like
the hell was that
Quake
about?
1 and 2,
Why
where
are
they
you
just
so damn
throw
aggressive?
Alien Trilogy on Steam,
Everyone's
like
running
even that
ship
would be
scared,
awesome.
Keeping to their own. Safer that way.
Caustic Viper says, I am excited for the PS2 The Thing remaster game. See, that's what I mean. Like, that game, that was a niche game, right? But it was still ahead of its time in many ways.
That's
and,
fair.
And a lot of people are paying attention to just how well Night Dive is doing the remaster for that one. Prepinator says, like Scarface, Predator Skin, and Hunting Grounds. Maybe I could see them doing that. And we've been talking to those guys a bit more recently, so I would certainly suggest it if they're looking for ideas for next year, given it's the anniversary.
Hold up. Let me get the elevator. Allow me. Place is old. Needs a special touch. Well, what are you waiting for? Hit the button.
I always did like Axel's character, so it's a shame he does not stick around for very long.
Yeah.
Keep the noise down here.
Very Alien 3-ish.
I'd appreciate it if you told me what the hell was going on.
Just being a
right
crook Brit.
now.
Listen, darling. When we get to the ship, we can kick back.
Caustic
trade
Viper
each
says
other's hair,
Alien
and
Resurrect. Oh, you've already said.
Yeah, when we get to my ship.
Xander says Jamie doesn't need to know.
Right fucking now.
Kidding, but I'm very excited
Like
to go
I
live
said,
with you guys more and
there's a
work on your
killer.
short films.
Killer. What does that even mean?
I ain't
Oh,
seen
Sean,
You need to get that short film stuff sorted out, Adam.
What are
Yeah,
you saying? A
we are
psycho
working on it. We're about to
person?
film another episode of another thing, and I will definitely be
A monster.
bragging on the guys. Like, hey, when are we doing this alien thing already? But we have had some discussions about it. Sean, I did not know you worked on the Cancelled Thing game sequel. I saw some artwork of that. I don't think it was your artwork that was posted, was it? Maybe it was, but I saw some concept art that came out for that Thing sequel game that was planned for what, like 360, I think, and it looked great. I was very impressed by some of the concept art that was
We
shown.
need to move. This way. Get
Oh,
down.
you've shown it. Okay,
This is
I'll have
bullshit,
to revisit that.
Should be looking for
But
a way off. Are you crazy?
I think
There's
there was some
no
other
way
artwork as well that I saw.
least
for
we're
that.
safe
That looks
down
really
here.
good also.
For how long? What if they come for us?
I remember
Then we
this like
shoot the
big
crap out of them.
icebreaker
Shut up.
ship
You're making me
and
nervous.
this like refinery. There were all these interesting environments that it was in.
Trouble. We'll have to go round them.
3 years ago, there was some posted on PC Gamer. It was apparently supposed to come out in 2002.
2002, really? Then it would have been.
Planned as a survival.
I've had run-ins with those guys before.
Oh wait, no, sorry.
They don't like strangers.
Wait,
Even nice
no,
guys
that makes no
like
sense.
me.
In 2002, now defunct developer Computer Artworks ceased to work on a sequel to John Carpenter's The Thing. 20 years later,
Someone
concept
should be
artist
doing
Ron
something.
Ashtiani
It's called
has given us a host of gruesome monster designs.
Was there
No,
another
it's-
one? I could have sworn there was a 360 era
Makes
one.
people crazy.
I've noticed.
Or maybe they got the dates wrong on that. Oh,
No,
so
it sounds
wait,
like
so-
this was a sequel to the film, not the game.
okay, so the ID card should be around here. Well, the
One-
Thing game is a sequel to the movie.
But this other one would have been a.
Where's
You've
this ID
been-
card?
No, but-
Living
so
here?
once you get the flashlight,
Okay,
Can I
I'm
say?
about to get
My
the
butler's
flashlight.
on holiday. Grab
Sean
one
says
more.
Ron is one of my best
When you
mates.
get
That's
the
who I
chance.
worked with. Yeah, that one that Aaron is talking about is earlier than the one.
I've been
Okay.
down here for a week now,
So there was
waiting for
another
the
one
ship.
after this.
Waiting for you, I guess. It can get pretty dark around here. You should take that flashlight over there. Make sure you're stocked up on batteries.
I need to rewatch those.
Just be careful
Xander
not to
says,
flash
Sean,
it
you're
around.
really awesome, by the way.
We don't want to get caught. Let's go.
Indeed. You guys got to meet up at that concept art thing, right, Aaron?
Yes, yeah, we did. Hang around for a couple of hours. It was cool. Enjoyed talking
This way.
to Sean.
Yeah, I at least need to see you in person once per decade, Aaron. So I gotta make my way back to the UK, and
What now?
yeah, it'd be great to.
So,
get
did you
beers
go get
with
those?
sometime.
Did you go get the thing?
I marked it so I wouldn't forget it.
So I just climbed through the vent.
No,
Or-
go back.
Okay.
How about you look around? Until you find
hang
that
on.
vent.
Where?
A filled in. After you first equip your flashlight to look for the vent entrance with Axel.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
that is
so
through
no,
here.
so it is through there. Yeah. Go through the first doorway on your left, and then look in the vent on the left-hand side. So you have to follow him into that dark room, don't you?
Yeah. But that was a great time when we met up, Aaron, and got to do the
Oh, yeah.
Madame Tussauds Alien Covenant thing.
Yeah, and that sci-fi exhibition as well.
Yep, at the Barbican.
Barbican, yeah, that's right.
Okay, so there's
Axel,
the
is
vent.
this it?
Hold on. I'm coming.
So what did I say? You go through the first doorway on your left, and look on the vent on the left-hand side.
See? Got it covered.
So it's in one of the vents.
Okay.
or at the start of one of the events.
Sean says the thing that killed my thinking was the second film because that film flopped. 20th Century pulled the plug. Yeah, I think we can also thank some producer for, studio interference on that Thing prequel film, because everything I saw of that before the changes, oh, here it is right here, looked really good. And I still like that film, but I think those changes prevented it from being better received.
So let's have a look at the next ones you're missing.
So do I have to save, or is that just in there now? Let's see.
I believe that's just in there now. Let's go to your menu. Let's see what else you're missing.
That was A. Hutchinson, right? Or
Yes.
no, A. Fielding. That was the first
A.
one.
Fielding.
So what's
A. Hutchins.
What's the fourth one?
Well, it's not in an order like that. So you've got A. Hutchinson. Have you got C. Ward? Yep, you've got C. Ward. J. Williams.
Wait, is there a first B or a last A?
Hang on, it's going through in mission order. T. Kerwin. You've got D. Turner. You don't have D. Turner. So the next one is back on Seegson Communications.
Oh, God, let's do a different one.
Okay, let's skip Communications. Quarantine. E. Corlander. Have you got that? Yes. F. Whitechapel. Yes. C. Burrows. Yes. T. Miller. Yes. L. Tart.
Yes, I have.
A. Lynch. Yes. Okay, next up's Mission 6. C. McCormack. Yep. A. Sawyers. No, you don't have that one.
Where's that?
So that is Mission 6.
Okay.
And that is in... It's on the console in the middle of that first bit.
How many are in Mission 6?
1, 2, 3. There's 3 in Mission 6. The third one is K. Neville, if you want to check if you've got that.
I'll check in a second. Okay, so what are the 3 in Mission 6 again?
3 on Mission 6. Oh, let me find my mouse again. Oh, C. McCormack, who I believe you had.
Yep.
A. Sawyers,
That's the one
you
I'm
don't
after.
have.
Yep.
And K. Neville.
K. Neville. I do have K. Neville, so the only one I need is Sawyers.
And I think that's just at the start of the mission, mate. I think that's in the middle. Oh, no, you're not. Once you use the key card to advance through the facility administration, follow the corridor around to the right and then look in the room on your left by a wheelchair. So this is after you do all the stuff at the start, I think. But it's on some sort of cancelled near a hazard bin. Sander says, I might take a nap. AVP Galaxy streams are like ASMR to me.
Well, thank you for
Caleb.
joining us in your consciousness.
Caleb says, also IP Freely. I'll have a look for Mr. Freely in here. Oh, I'm sorry, mate. I don't see you on. Oh, we do have that Predator actor potentially joining us soon as well, don't we? Forgot about that.
We do? Oh, right.
From the
That one.
From the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
film,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. Caustic Viper says, I would love if they did an AVP2 remaster. Yeah, you and the rest of the fandom, buddy, but that one's
Very tied up in licensing.
unlikely to ever happen.
Warner Brothers and Disney are enemies. Sworn enemies.
Sworn enemies.
Okay, so where is this? I just finished the...
I think this is after you go through the vents and come out in the next bit. I don't think 2010 needs a remaster. I think that one still holds up relatively well.
No, I mean, yeah, on PC it does, but like for console,
Wouldn't you rather just have a new game though?
I'm one for game preservation, and Caleb and I have debated this too recently. Like, I want older games to be available on the latest hardware and run as well as they can. So I'm very much for backwards compatibility and for like upscaling functionality, which PlayStation has done some of that. Xbox has done some of that with their older games. Like, they've taken older Xbox games, re-released them, and boost them at 4K and 60 frames a second. Even if it is just a port like that and not like a full remaster, I think that's awesome. But yeah, I do like, for a game like EVP 2010, just to have it in 4K, 60 frames a second on consoles and available to new people who may not have played it. I definitely would like to see that. But I mean, a new game would be awesome too. One does not have to be at the expense of the other.
I do think it's unrealistic for us to get like all that resource thrown at stuff.
Okay, where is this thing? I just crawled through the vent.
Okay, so it's San Cristobal Medical Facility Primary Care Floor. Once you use the keycard to advance through the facility administration, follow the corridor around to the right and then look for the room on your left to buy a wheelchair.
A wheelchair, so I'm looking for a wheelchair.
Well, it's once you've got your keycard and got through this bit.
Okay. KG 348. There she is. What's this? Hydration. Hypersleep post hypersleep rehydration. Xeno 96. I was just telling people they should find you on TikTok. Asked, have y'all pre-ordered any of the physical releases for Romulus? I have. I
have.
ordered myself a steelbook. And yes, welcome to the stream.
Yeah, definitely welcome. I've ordered the 4K steelbook as well. Charlie says a new AVP game would be amazing with today's graphics. I just hope they can create an engaging narrative to go with it. Yeah, it is so about time for a new fucking AVP game. Just new AVP anything. But I'm still always thankful that Dark Horse went out on a bang with Thicker Than Blood. Such a good run.
There's the Jaguar statue we asked about.
Samuels.
Yes, we now know the reason for that statue, which we won't spoil. You'll have to listen to our retro podcast, retro interview.
Preminator says, I'm impressed with Outlast Trials graphics, even down to the littlest details. You can read tiny font over papers on the walls or floors, word for word. Would be cool if Isolation 2 has nice attention to detail like Outlast Trials. Yeah, I played through most of the first Outlast. I didn't quite finish it, but I was quite enjoying it, and I think that was another first-person survival horror game like Isolation that was very influential for the horror gaming genre. Oh, it's APC. Wow, I did not see that Aliens reference before on WY Today.
Hang on, I need to maximize the screen. That's it. Where's the AP?
It's on the magazine cover right there.
Oh, it's behind the girl, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's like leaning on it. Okay, so there's an Aliens reference in here. That's cool.
Zan says, appreciate you, Adam. Can't wait to get back to hunting grounds.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be getting on that more next month. I know they've had a bit of a rocky relaunch. I mean, what's what's new with Ilphonic, right?
Yeah. Oh, Jay throwing slander in the fucking comments. You seen that? Oh, so it's by the way. Did you save the game?
No. So oh yes, I did actually.
Okay, so it should be follow the corridor around to the right and then look at the room on your left by a wheelchair. So it's by that wheelchair guy.
It seems like everyone's switching to Unreal Engine 5, Jay. Yeah, I don't think Konami's going to be using the Fox engine anymore, unfortunately. I've heard high praises for that engine. I never finished MGS5, but... I always hoped the Cry engine would take off a bit more, because I know they had wanted that as like a big competitor for Unreal, but it just seems like Unreal has dominated everything from film to games.
Go away, Stumpy.
I heard another human survivor out there just say, this is some bullshit.
Yeah, there's like 3 survivors in the next section. Keelan says Ilphonic continuing to Ilphonic by excluding the PS4 version from crossplay now.
Oh, now I will make sure I save.
Yeah, I bet that's because they're not on the same version, not same versions anymore, are they? I keep meaning to go and get a replica of those save cards because I'm sure they're for sale on Etsy. Or Xandra can probably point me in the right direction. Ooh, yes, they are. 35 English pounds. Coming from the States, so delivery's £15. Fuck me. I hate buying anything from the States at the minute. It's outrageous.
Yeah, shipping has always been terrible between US and UK.
It didn't used to be this bad. Do you know how much shit I used to buy from the States back then? Exchange rate was like £1 was $2.
I think you found those other survivors.
Charlie Hutchins says, have you read the novel of Isolation? If so, what are your thoughts on it? I found that to be a very mixed bag. I really enjoyed the original stuff with Amanda and Ripley, learning more about Amanda's sort of backstory before the events of the novel. But because the author never played the game, I found his adaptation bits to be very flat and dull, because he only ever watched people play it or cutscenes or read scripts, and because of that he doesn't inject any of the tension, any of the horror, any of the fear that you feel playing Isolation into Ripley's experience in the adaptation bits, and it's just flat. It's okay. It's not good. Caustic Viper says, not gonna lie, Adam, I thought that was Amanda screaming. I thought you was done in by that scream. Alistair Ray says the worst parts of the novel were the flashbacks for him.
So...
Have you gone back out into the fiery bit? You needed to go into through the door.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to avoid him at this point. Maybe I should just reload that save.
Romulus issue 1 is out this week. I think it got pushed back, buddy. I think the Romulus prequel got pushed back a week. Let me have a look.
Maybe they didn't want it to be the same day as the Blu-ray release. I don't know.
Yeah, it would have been, wouldn't it? It was. No, it wouldn't have been.
Or not the Blu-ray, the streaming. Why is
Well, the
my
streaming's
motion tracker telling me to go back this way?
because you need to go through there. And this is where your guy is. It's the wheelchair bit. So you need to go right. Past him. And then it's in one of these rooms. I think it's the room on the left. No, back out. Sorry, I'm slightly delayed. I'm watching YouTube, aren't I? So you need to go back out into the main bit.
I see it. I think I got it.
I'll find out in 2 seconds.
Ace Sawyer's. Yep, got it.
Okay, cool.
It's the first
Do you want to
one.
go back? So that's it for that. If you want to go back out. So next mission is O Sans Gomez.
I have him.
N Burnswick.
I have him.
Mission after that is K Clark.
I do not have K. Clark.
So that is mission 8 Haven.
Okay.
When trying to reactivate the transit system, look in the corner of the room under a chair. Predminator says, I remember that the Reddit leak said Isolation 2 was 3 years into development, but according to CA, it's in early development.
That could be early development with how long game development takes these days.
Well, we believe it's been in development at least all this year.
I mean, Sean, if you're still around, you had mentioned you had known this this for a little while. How long have you known it? If you don't mind us asking.
I'm sure he probably can't say. We believe at least this year.
But I mean, I know they'll bring people onto game development after development has already started. Like,
yes.
That is a thing.
Yes.
Okay, so where is it in Mission 8?
So, when trying to reactivate the transit system, so it's in the room where you enable the transit system's power backups.
For like Waits and Taylor and all that whole group?
Yeah, I think so. Alistair Ray says, so is Isolation 2 a direct sequel to the original game? Is Amanda coming back? We don't know at this point. Yeah, the leaker says that it's going to be Amanda, but there's no official announcement as yet.
Transit control is upstairs. Samuel says you're an engineer. Go make yourself useful, seeing as you screwed up the trap.
Predminator says, and yeah, most of the original team was fired. I heard also. What do you think of them using Unreal Engine 5 and not Cathode? I don't know if they were necessarily fired, but I know people have moved on. Gary Napper's at a different company. John McKellen's running his own thing now as well. But I think a bunch of them are still there. I'm fairly sure Catherine Woolley, one of the senior level designers, is still there.
And sometimes staff are just contracted on for a project. Like
yes. There were layoffs though, weren't they?
Yeah,
Was it? I think Sega laid off several thousand staff across at Sega Europe, Creative Assembly, and some other arm of Sega. I don't mind them using Unreal 5. I mean, as long as it does what they need it to do and it looks good.
I mean, there's a reason I think that engine is just so popular. They've built it to be so developer friendly and flexible in terms of what you can do. Like, I'm playing through the Silent Hill 2 remake right now, and that's an Unreal Engine 5, and it looks stunning. So
And Halo's moved across to it as well.
that's the thing, like, their own in-house engines they've developed are just not as developer friendly. Like, I know that was a big problem with Halo Infinite, and I don't know how difficult Cathode was to work with, but it seems like Unreal's easier.
So it's in this room. It's by a chair on the right-hand side at the front.
I know someone's in
Got
here.
it.
Okay. The next one is V Nash. Do you have him?
So what was the
Her.
last one that I just got?
So you just got K Clark.
Yep, got it. So V Nash.
V Nash is next.
I have V Nash.
Then K Lingard.
I do not have Lingard.
Lingard is towards the end of the level when you're heading towards the Marshal's Bureau.
So this same level.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get that one next.
Do you want to get this one and then call it quits?
Yep, sounds good to me.
Okay.
Calm down in there, you android fuck!
No, Terminator, there's no doubt in that. You know, we always say how good this game looks. Cathode did a fantastic job. Predator says, I've got to head out, guys. Take care. Awesome stream, as always. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining us. It's always a pleasure chatting to folk.
What am I missing here?
Well, that door's supposed to open, isn't it? Did you actually do the thing in the middle?
I think so. Do I have to do something else down here?
I thought the door at the back opened.
I thought I did too.
Did you kill the guy that came through?
Yeah.
Oh, is there one of the consoles on the front starts up as well?
Oh, here it is. Here it is. I gotta hit this hiddle. That's right. That civilian was not unarmed, Caleb. He was armed.
Oops. Charlie says, do you think the sequel will be a shorter experience than Isolation? I see the length being an issue for a lot of people. Yeah, I think they would make it shorter. I think they were very No, I think they were concerned that the game was too short. They didn't realise the amount of time people would spend hiding under chairs and in cupboards and stuff.
I don't know,
And
though. You look at other horror games
No,
these days.
that's what they said, and it was born out of a fear of that.
Well, I know, but I don't know if they'd make it shorter, because you look at other horror games these days, like Silent Hill 2, Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil Village. They're about the length of this game. Maybe a little shorter, but not by much.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I never had an issue with the length of the game. I wanted more. I just enjoyed being in the world so much.
Jay says, I've been waiting 40 years for them to make a legit good Aliens game. CM was a flunk, then Fireteam Elite also flunked. Come on, I just want a game true to the movie Aliens. Well, Dark Descent is your game.
I still think Dark Descent is to Aliens what Isolation is to Alien. Sure, it's not an FPS, but it is still... It's you being Gorman, but competently. Or not, depending on how good you are. I fucking love Dark Descent.
Yeah, I need to play through that again. It's been too long. Gas torch required. Where's my gas torch?
It's in one of those rooms. Yeah, it's in the room. Keep going through.
I gotta restore power? I thought...
So yeah, it's through that other door. The locked door.
What the fuck?
Caustic Viper says, is it possible that Isolation 2 could be a prequel? Like showing how Sevastopol progressively fell to the chaos as the Xeno spread.
I really don't think they'll do that. And they specifically said sequel.
Ripley, this is Waits. The transit's here. We're waiting on you.
Take it. I had some trouble, so it's gonna take me a while to get back.
We can wait.
Taylor
Okay, now it's
can't.
unlocked.
I can catch the next car.
Your call.
Sean Mooney says, I don't think the game had enough variety in the mechanics to warrant its length. I'm all for being in that world longer if they have enough mechanics. Yeah, that's a fair point.
Rupert Trek says, so I have a question. Would you guys like to see Creation make a Pred or Pred 2 documentary? Creation. I assume you mean VC Creator, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no issue with that. I very much enjoyed Aliens Expanded.
I finally got my
Fred.
physical copy of that. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, we need to do a podcast on that. It hasn't been explored to the extent that Aliens has, so I'd certainly love to see them tackle that. As long as it's done with the same kind of love that that Aliens Expanded was.
The Lone Fox says, I made it. Welcome to the stream. We're just
Up
about
to the end
over,
of the
but
stream.
glad you're here anyway, even if it's late.
Once Adam gets through this mission. It is, where is it? Oh, it's when you're heading towards the Bureau. Turn left at the fork.
Ripley, we heard voices as we left. Watch yourself.
Mitch has been lurking. Well, thank you for joining us as well today, Mitch.
I'd still love them to do a proper Aliens-esque shooter, though. You know what they all told us Cloning Marines was going to be.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
As much as I do enjoy Dark Descent and love Dark Descent, I still wouldn't turn down a proper one.
Yeah, more horror-themed squad-based shooter. Like, take that game. What was it? GTFO, and make it Aliens.
I never got into GT, but then again, I did only play the beta of it. But it's a bit shit.
I'm playing this other game that's kind of like a spiritual successor to SWAT called Ready or Not, and that game's really good. Really cool, like tactical elements to it as well. So that would be nice to see in a Colonial Marines game.
Not even sure of that anymore. That thing is.
I've been playing Quake, the OG on the Switch, because it turns out I brought it when they released that remaster. I never really played it. I'm on episode 3 at the minute.
And
Been playing it over this week.
My introduction to Quake was Quake 3 Arena on PC. It was one of the first PC games I was like really into. But I really want to play through Quake 1 and 2 all the way. I mean, I've played them both, but I have never finished them.
Quake 2 was one of the first 2 games I ever played through completely, and now that you've reminded me today that there's also a remaster of that, I shall be purchasing that at some point. Clay Mountain says, are the Joes the creepiest robots in gaming?
I don't know. I'm sure they're up there.
I think they're very, very creepy.
I know there was a game called Soma, which I have also not finished, that had some creepy robots in it.
Serving the Solomon's Galleria Mall, Colonial Marshal Bureau, and
Quake has some creepy robots in it.
Caleb says, I remember buying Quake shareware off my mate's dad for £5 and 5 floppy disks.
Jeez, that must have been some insane.
I remember when I was a kid, my dad used to be into amateur radio. He used to take us to like rallies, festival fair things that they had, and I remember going to one as a kid and buying from one of the sellers because it was a lot of electrical, computery stuff as well. There, not just the radio stuff. And I remember buying from one of the sellers a Simpsons mod of Doom on about 3 or 4 different floppy disks, where it just replaced like all the enemies and the sprites with stuff to do with Simpsons. That's still got to be a thing, surely. On the chair.
Yeah.
And that's it then.
Wait, I'm not seeing Lingard. Oh yeah, there she is.
There we go.
These like mostly developers, right?
They're all developers, yeah. Well, apart from the characters. So go back over them because one of these is knee. I'm sure of it. No. You're gonna have to go slowly because I'm delayed. Remember. So F. Sinclair, I think that's Gary Napper.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Go up one. Did you go up? Sorry.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, sorry. It takes time. Go to Corlander next.
Who again?
E. Corlander, the next one up. One of the ones you were on, I'm sure, is Nee, who is the community manager.
Okay, I'm on her.
No, that's not her. Go up to Lingard. Sorry for the delay. It's because Adam's.
Is she the same community manager that did the
not that one? Gascoigne
stuff?
No. Go to Gascoigne next.
I swear I already have.
Yeah, remember I'm delayed.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not Gascoigne. Get to Burrows then. Because I'm watching on the stream now. I'm not watching you on Discord.
Yeah.
No, it's not her. I'm sure I saw you fly over her at one. Ah, fuck it. I can have a look for it.
Well,
later.
real quick before we leave here, one of the developers, the lead AI programmer, what was his name again here?
Andy Bray.
Andy Bray. I think one of the bodies in the Marshal Bureau. Oh, but that's later, right? That's when.
No, that is this bit. Are you gonna go see if you can see him?
Yeah, but I think it's after. You said it's the person with the head in their hands, right?
Really?
Yeah, so it's when you get into the lobby. So it should be this bit.
Transit running. Nice work.
Was that him?
Hang on.
I think that's him.
Here.
Yeah.
For now, anyway.
Maybe.
I don't think
Or
it's the
is
red
it
suited
this
guy. I don't think it's the red suited guy. Yeah, I think it's him. Without the beard. There's one of those two. I'll message him. I'll ask him to take screenshots of both of them.
Yeah, I did. But yeah, he asked if I could do a virtual photo of him in the game, so I'll have to do that.
Yeah, sounds good. Once we confirm which one it is, because it was 10 years ago.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Sean.
How's Taylor?
See you later.
Thanks for joining us,
Stable.
everybody.
Should be walking soon enough. Samuels is with her now.
Because I think we are
You managed
closing
to get
down now.
transit up and running, so I guess we're even.
But I
Where's
gotta go through
Ricardo?
the derelict right now.
Prepping our next
Huh.
move.
You do it in your own time. I want to go to bed.
I've got Marlowe in the cells, the lowlife who
Well,
showed up. with
thank
a
you
flight.
so much for joining
Where's
us,
Marlo's
everybody,
ship?
for
Beginning
yet another
Isidore.
weekly stream. I think we're going to be doing Isolation all this month. One of these sessions, probably next weekend, honestly, because I'll be driving back from a trip. I think Aaron will be playing this game. Right, Aaron?
On the... What, next weekend?
Yeah, on the 20th.
Okay, so I'm soloing it the 20th.
Oh, wait, no, I'll be back by the, no, wait, yeah. So you play it on the 20th.
Okay. And then you're going to be back for the 27th?
Yes, I should be, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to message Chris now and ask for him to help remind me how to set up VR.
Because that would be a
Put it in
fun
a
one.
parking orbit around the gas giant.
You guys should
Son
totally
of a
do
bitch
that.
won't give us the command codes to let us bring it in on auto.
But yes, thank you for joining us.
Maybe
You can
you
always
can
find
get
us
more out
at
of
our
being helpful,
website,
bastard.
our main hub
Go
of
talk to
activity,
him.
avpgalaxy.net. We are also on all the major socials: Facebook, X, Instagram, Threads, and we have a Discord group and a Steam group. And as usual, thank you so much to our Patreon supporters, especially if any of you are in the chat. I know some of you are. We very much appreciate your support.
And we'll be, like I said earlier on in the stream, we'll be posting a new podcast tomorrow, which is an interview with the writers of Alien Utopia, the main short comic in Alien Black, White, and Blood. So that'll be going up morning GMT. So that should then be up by the time you guys are up in PST.
Yep. All right, folks. Thanks again. Have a good rest of your Sunday.
Until next time. Bye.
Bye.